So I think recording has been started. So we'll start with the revision first. Okay. So I am sharing my screen. Let me know once it is you all are able to see.
I can see your screen, Shahid.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we will start with the revision part, what we have covered last day. So let's do with some of you. Let me ask like how much you have understand this API concept. Okay, Akib Khan, can you just tell me what is client and what is server? Akib?
Are you are you hello?
Yeah. Can you just explain what is client and what is server?
Sir, client basically is a physical device to we can request something,
Okay. And what is
and
server?
server is a responder, sir, which responds to us. Those
Yeah,
who
okay.
request them.
Okay. So basically client is a physical device or a program or a software by which we can send request to the server. Okay, we make request to the server with the help of client. And whereas we move, when we move to server, server is a type of also a device or a computer, okay, we can say, that send back the response, okay, which send back the response to the client. Okay, so if I want to just give the example for client, so client can be any website or any software, okay, or any devices also we can say, because like browser, in the browser what we do, in the browser we go and enter something and we get the response. Like if we enter facebook.com, then we get the Facebook page. If we enter YouTube, then we get the YouTube in response. So client can be a YouTube. When we click on a Play Store, once we open a Play Store, we enter some application, we enter like WhatsApp, we get the WhatsApp. So Play Store also become a client. Okay, we get the response from the server. And server are what? Server are like basically it can be a cloud server, it can be a database server, it can be a mail server, it can be a file server, anything. It is a collection where it can be in your local device also, it can be far away from you also, and it can be in the cloud also. Okay, so these are the server. Okay. Okay. Okay, Saf, can you just tell me what is an API?
API is application program interface. It is a way of communication between two server, that is client and server.
Yeah, correct. So as Saf told that it is a way of communication between two application, that is client and server. Okay, so now when we want to communicate, how we communicate, there should be a medium. Okay, in between there is something by which we can communicate easily. So it is an API only. With the help of API we can communicate easily. Now Yusuf, can you just tell me what is a real life example of API?
Suppose we go to a restaurant and we order something. So we order through waiter, and the waiter act as an API, which takes order from our side, and he plays there, and he goes to kitchen and bring the order from there. So the waiter is an API, real world example.
Okay, and when he go to the safe or to the kitchen,
Yeah.
he he requests he requests that person again, that person or from the kitchen he get back the response, and again API take that response to the client or the customer or to the person who ordered the things. Okay, in this way it works. First request to the API, then API request to the server, then From the server, we get the response to the API, and API response back to the client. In this way, it works. Okay, and it's correct that waiter acts as an API. Okay, apart from this waiter concept, anyone can give a new example, real life example? Anyone? It's for anyone who can give a good example related to this one only. Tariq, you want to try?
Like an agent broker.
Okay, you should give a proper example like the restaurant we have. Faizan, you try.
Okay. So for API, like suppose if I'm going somewhere and if I just want to check whether a person is there in his house or not. So what we can do is we can just go there and ask for that person. So whenever I'm asking, that is actually I'm making a request there. And then whatever response, if that person is present at home or not, or if that is the home where he lives. So whatever response I'll be getting based on that, I'll be getting a response from that person. And the API medium would be the way I'm communicating. And the other thing is like, suppose if the person is at home, okay, so the response is going to be positive. If he's not at home, maybe he's somewhere else, so the response is going to be it is like the person is not there. Okay, so this is what will be the API responses
Yeah,
for the request
correct,
that we make.
correct. And the way of communication can be a direct communication. Okay, that's the API, or it can be via like phone also. You are standing outside the home and you are calling from the phone, so it's become an API. But the thing is that you are a client, and that particular home become the server, and in between what happens is through API only. You send the request through the phone that is that person is available. Like when a courier comes to at home, what they do, they just call you that this person is available, it's a courier for you. So you say yes, I am there. Then you again, what do you say? Yes, so that is the response. Again you send the response, then you take the okay. So this is the way we communicate. Whatever we do, there is a between a API. With the help of API only, we send the request, then we get the response. Okay. Okay, Arsad, can you just tell me what is the benefit of doing API testing?
The benefit of API doing is early testing, because
Okay.
the API module are often developed before UI module.
Okay. Correct. As Arsad told that often what happens when we develop, mostly what happens that API modules are developed first. So once the API module are developed first, so it's easy. If you have the knowledge, if you know the API testing, we can start our testing at early phase and we can check the functionality. Okay, because most of the time what happens that UI are built later. Okay, Amir, can you just tell me like what are the different type of web APIs we have, web service API we have?
Yes, we are having SOAP and REST API, where SOAP is not in use, it is an outdated. Uh, Now we use REST API.
Yeah, correct. So mostly we have two web services API, that is REST and SOAP. Okay. So SOAP is the odd, means we can say it is now not in use mostly, but there are some industry they are using SOAP. Okay. But we cannot say it is not in use now. Yeah, there are some industry they are continue with the SOAP only, but mostly nowadays they have moved to REST. Okay. Okay. Atif, Atif Iqbal, I think. Can you just give a small difference between SOAP and REST?
SOAP stands for Simple Object Access Protocol, and REST stands for the Representation State Transfer.
I am
And
not able to hear you. Atif,
yes,
can you
and
just give a small difference between SOAP and REST?
yes, SOAP cannot use
Well, there are some issue with your, I think, earphone. Okay, someone else. Hiten. Hiten, can you
SOAP
try?
is a protocol. Hello.
Yes. Yes, Akil.
SOAP stands for Simple Object Access Protocol,
Okay.
and REST stands for Representation State Transfer.
Okay.
SOAP is a protocol. SOAP can't use REST, and REST can use SOAP.
Okay. So then what is the reason why SOAP can't use REST?
Because of present HTTP. SOAP can use any HTTP like HTTP.
Akmal, can you just tell me why SOAP cannot use REST? Akmal?
No, I don't know.
I
That
think Adil is raising his hand, Shahid.
I'm not able to see anyone is raising hand.
Okay, I'll tell you. Adil is raising his hand. You can check with Adil.
Okay, Adil.
Sir, because SOAP is the protocol. On
Okay.
the other hand, REST is a concept.
Okay, correct. Because if protocol means there is some limitation, there is some like we have some set of rules. So this is the reason why SOAP cannot use REST. But when we move toward REST, it's just a concept. So once it's a concept, we can use the SOAP as well as whatever HTTP bodies request, everything. Okay. And there is one more difference is that SOAP support only XML format. Okay, only XML data format, whereas in the rest we can support different format, multiple format, that can be a plain text or HTML or JSON format, anything. Okay. 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 So now let me move to one point where it was a conflict by my side also, and I am sorry for that. As Amit told me, can you just give me the real life example of that web service and API? So I went through and there was some mistake from my side that I have presented the wrong presentation. So now you just need to look into this. It was just because of HTTP and HTTPS. Even I got confused. So now we will just correct ourselves with the web services and APIs. Okay. So in the last class, it is almost same. Okay, now you have to understand this web services and APIs. Okay, so APIs and web services are almost same. Okay, but there are some small differences we need to understand, and we will understand with the basic concept and with a real life example. Okay, now web services and APIs. The thing is that if we considered API is a, we can say API is a superset. Okay, APIs is a superset and web services are the subset of APIs only. First, you need to understand. Okay, so like you understand what is superset? Everyone understand what is superset? Say yes or no.
No.
Yes.
Okay, if you don't understand superset, then let me make it more easy. Okay, like means the head of the family, who rules the family, he becomes the superpower. Okay, superset. Okay, in the same way like your father, if he is the owner of that particular house, so he is the superset of that house or the superpower of that house. Okay, in the same way API is the superset and where is web services are the subset. Means from the APIs only we strike the web services. Okay, it means from the API only we just fetch the APIs. एक्चुअली होता क्या है कि एपीआई जो है पूरा का पूरा है, ठीक है। मान लो कि जो भी तुमको मिल रहा है वो सारा एपीआई है, बट उसमें से जो कुछ हम लोग बाहर निकालते हैं, जो उसमें से कुछ पार्ट, तो वो हमारा वेब सर्विसेज हो जाता है, ठीक है। तो मान लो कि यहाँ पे हम कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, वो सब कुछ एपीआई हो सकता है। अगर तुम एक मतलब हम लोग अभी जस्ट वी हैव कनेक्टेड विथ स्काइप, तो ये भी एक एपीआई के थ्रू कनेक्ट हुए हैं। You are chatting with someone in WhatsApp, it is also working through APIs. We are just looking for something in the website, okay, in the Facebook, what we are looking for, we are posting, we are deleting the post, whatever we are doing, it is all through APIs, ठीक है। तो वो सारा का सारा APIs है, each and every things are APIs, doing APIs। बट उसमें से क्या होता है कि कुछ APIs जो हमारे नेटवर्क पे और इंटरनेट पे अवेलेबल होता है, ओके, दोज एपीआईज आर नोन एज वेब सर्विसेज। जब कुछ एपीआईज, उसमें से कुछ एपीआईज जो इंटरनेट पे अवेलेबल हो जाता है, वो उस एपीआई को हम लोग बोलते हैं कि वेब सर्विसेज। ओके, दिस थिंग इज क्लियर एवरीवन, दिस थिंग इज क्लियर दैट किसको एपीआई बोलेंगे और ओके। नाउ वी विल मूव नेक्स्ट। देखो वेब सर्विसेज व्हाट इट डूज, वेब सर्विसेज इंटरेक्ट विथ टू मशीन्स over a network. When you want to interact with two machine and it required a network, that is a web service. Okay, now suppose an example, you want to book a iPhone, okay, using Flipkart. You want to book a iPhone using Flipkart. Can you do it without internet? Can anyone can do that iPhone booking without internet? No. So for that particular communication, it is also a type of communication where you are trying to book a iPhone, correct, through a online website that is known as Flipkart. So what you are doing, you are also making a request. First you are making a request to search an iPhone, okay, you search an iPhone, then you are making a request to see the details of the iPhone, then you are making again a request. It's all a request, it's a small request you are making, then you see all the details, then again you make a request for price, correct, again you make a request to put that particular iPhone to the cart, then when you move that particular iPhone to the cart, you again make a request to buy now. Okay, these are the requests, small request, step by step request. Okay, so these requests are being done over internet, correct, then these are the web services, correct. Okay, now suppose now suppose how we will identify that which are APIs. It was a question from Amir. Okay, Amir, I think we have visited some of the, mostly we have visited this website, Make My Trip.
Yes,
Everyone has, I think we have visited Make My Trip to book a flight ticket or see the price of particular flight. Okay, now with this example, I will make it clear that what is API and how it is different from web service. Okay, as I have told you that API is the superset. It means that API can require internet or it cannot require internet. It is not compulsory that API will not require internet. Okay, if you can see the differences in the point number 2, web services required internet. Anyhow, you need a network to communicate between client and server for web services. But in the case of API, you can require or you cannot. It is totally depend upon how the script is written. Okay, if it is required internet, it's fine, and if it does not require internet, it will also work. Okay, so API does not, it means that API can require internet and it cannot require. It's totally upon how the script is written. Okay, now let's move to the Make My Trip example. Okay, now when we move to Make My Trip, we all know that Make My Trip is a third party tool, correct, third party website by which we can search flight, correct. Everyone knows third party. What is third party?
yes.
Everyone,
Shahid, I would
Yes.
tell you to actually explain this in detail first. Okay, like third party, how they are extracting data from the flight industry and they are showing it on their website. So just
Yeah.
explain that part and then let's move on.
Okay. 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 Now let's do it. Okay. Now it's very simple. Okay. What happened when we open up Make My Trip? What we do? We just type from where you want to go, from where to where. Okay. Like you want to move from Kolkata to Delhi. Correct. We give the location, then we enter a date, then we make a click. Okay. Search. Then what happens? You get all the flight details. Okay, it is from the Indigo, it is from the SpiceJet, it is from the Air India, Jet Airway, every like airline you get the details. It is not that you get only a particular airline's details. You get all the different airline available for that particular date. You get all the details. Correct. Now, how Make My Trip has done this one? How Make My Trip has got all the information? Because SpiceJet is a SpiceJet has its own database. In Indigo has its own database. Air India has its own database. Then how Make My Trip has got all the details of these uh, airlines? It is just because of APIs. Okay, it is just because of APIs. Now, what Make My Trip do? Make My Trip does a simple concept. What it does? It use the APIs of Indigo. It use the APIs of Air India. It use the APIs of Jet Airways. Okay, in this way, what it does in his website, he Make My Trip has integrated Indigo's, Air India's, and Jet Airways database. With the API integration, we are able to see all the details of the flight of different airline sector. Okay, so now there is some rule also, that is security.
Shahid bhai,
Means why? Means what? I didn't get you.
Shahid bhai, I want to ask one question. You have told that Make My Trip, that site has integrated various flight website. So who has given it access?
Yeah,
How
that's
it
the
has integrated?
yeah, I'm telling you. We are coming to that point. Okay. So now we have security. Okay. Now they connect with different airlines. Okay, they connect with Air India, they connect with the SpiceJet, they connect with Indigo, and they ask for their integration. Okay, they ask for their integration because they also get benefit, because through Make My Trip they can book, because they have their own website as well. We have the Air India website, we can book from there also. We have Indigo website, we can book from there also. But from the Air India, you can only book Air India flight, you can see the price of Air India only. But when you use, instead of Air India, if you use Make My Trip, you can see the price of all other airlines as well. Correct. And you can compare your rate there, you can see which is the fastest one, which is taking like less money, which is cheap. Okay, each and everything we can compare directly in the Make My Trip. And who give the access? It is not about the access, it is all about they connect with the different, they approach other airline, different airline, and from there they want their APIs, that we will provide a service to you. Okay, this is the kind of business also. We will provide a service to you from our website also. They can book your ticket. It's just promoting your airline or making a business deal. We have I think booking.com. Okay, we have one more example. We have this one, GoIBibo, where we can use the hotels. Okay, it does not mean that if you search for Taj Bengal, it is not that the Taj Bengal does not have their own website. They have their own website, but we don't basically go to Taj Bengal directly. What we do, we search using GoIBibo for best deal, for best offer. So how GoIBibo has got the details of Taj Bengal? Then what is the cost of per night? how it is, like what is the cost, what is the room size, what are the facility they are giving, how they have got, because they have connected, they have reached to Taj Bengal and they ask that we will promote your hotel, we from our website also they can book with a cheap price, we will offer them. Okay, so in this way it's a business deal and they give the APIs. Now these APIs are totally secure because if they give the proper database access, then they can do modification, correct? If I give my access to you, you can make changes at my end, correct? Steph, are you able to understand? If you come to me and want, okay Sahib, can you give the you can give the access to your house, I want to promote your house. Okay, suppose I am the one, I want to sell my home. Okay, I am the one who want to sell my home. Okay, now if I want to sell my home, I can sell directly also, but you come to me and say that I have my website is broker.com, if you want to promote from here also, you can sell that room, whole house. So I said okay fine. So what I do, I you want, okay, can you just give me the details or the APIs of your room or the home? So I said okay, you take this API. Now that API is totally secure. What are the things I want to show, only that goes there, you cannot modify anything. Okay, you can just fetch the details, you can just see the details, you cannot modify, because if you have my database whole access, then you can do any kind of changes there. Okay, so I have given you the API. Okay Saf, you take the API and integrate in your website and it will be visual, and if someone will search using your broker.com that someone is selling a house or not, then he will get, okay, Sahid Aftab is selling this house, it has 4 rooms, 2 bathroom, kitchen and all the details, but you cannot do any update there. Okay, whatever you will do, if someone is trying to buy, it will request you and that API will request me, okay, that this person is want to buy your house with this rate and that rate, whatever. In this way API work. Okay, now if you want to see the real life example, okay, let's move here. Okay, so let me do this Facebook. Okay, okay, when we open Make My Trip, okay, so it's now from New Delhi to Mumbai, it's already selected. We have this one, departure date and all. So if you want to search, if you make a click, again we made a request, correct? Once you click on the search, we made a request. Now we are getting the response. Can anyone tell from where we are getting the response here?
From database of various airlines.
Database server.
Database
That is
server,
the server.
correct. From which
Yes,
database server?
From myflighttrip database server.
myflighttrip.com.
No,
from
we are
every
getting
airlines.
all the updates of the flight here with the actual database of their own. Like if you can see Akasa Air, we are getting the response from the Akasa Air only. Okay, Akasa Air database, because Akasa Air is their own, have their own database. Here is the Go First. Whatever we can see here, it's from the Go First database we are getting here. Okay, you can see
Okay, so the
SpiceJet.
original company's database.
Okay, so it's come from the origin database. It just
Yes.
because it has been integrated. So what Make My Trip has done, Make My Trip has integrated with the database of all different airlines, and this is the reason it's become easy for us to see all the airlines with the rate, timing, whatever we have, we can see here. And if you make a booking request, it is also a request. If you want to make a booking request from here, again it will connect with that particular database of that Air India airline. It will not, there is nothing that Make My Trip has their own airline database. It is not like that. Make My Trip has their own database of the person who has logged in, okay, who is going to book the ticket, who has like pending, has not updated. But all the things that from booking till like from the search, whatever we can see in the response right now, that Air India 805, okay, timing is 8 from Delhi, okay, whatever we can see, it is coming from the Air India database, okay, Air India database server. So this it is just being possible through the APIs, because Make My Trip has integrated. Now one more example I am going to give. This will be the last example. Now in today's, we can see it was not earlier. Now in, if you download something, some of the website, if you just try to log in some of the website, new website, or some of the new application, if you download in the phone, you got a, you will every time see a option login and password, then we have a sign up, correct? These are the thing you always see. Everyone, have you faced this one? When you open a application first time, when you try to open an application first time, you see a login, password, or sign up page, correct?
Yes, yes.
Apart from that, what you can see there?
Forgot password also.
Apart from that, what you see? We see login with Gmail, login with Facebook.
Facebook. Login with, yeah.
If you open an Instagram for the first time and you try to create an Instagram account, you can see 2 or 3 options: login with Gmail, login with phone number, login with Facebook ID, correct? What does it mean? It means that that particular Instagram, I'm taking the example of Instagram, that particular Instagram has integrated the API of the Facebook. Now it's become easy. Now it's become easy because most of the people have their Gmail account. Most of the people have Facebook account. Okay. So if you want to log in that particular Instagram, so you can directly log in using Gmail. So what you do, you just click on Gmail, and you have already a Gmail account with your all details, correct? So you just click on Gmail, it asks for the what is your username and password, and your Instagram open. How it is possible? It is just because that particular Instagram has integrated the API of Gmail, integrated with the API of Facebook. It's become very easy. If someone want to use that particular thing, he or she can just connect with Gmail only. There is no need of writing first name, last name, date of birth, each and every details. You have directly connected with the Gmail from previous only, and you have just entered your user ID and password, and it will verify whether that user ID password is available on Gmail server. If it is available on the Gmail server, you will directly move to the Instagram homepage. So how it was possible? It was just possible because of APIs. It was the API integrated. Okay. Now any doubt? Now any doubt? Arshad,
No.
have you understand what is an API and what is an web server? Sabah,
Yes.
Adil, Jakia, are you able to understand now what is an API and what is web server?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Jakia, then can you just give me a real life example, some of the real life example, only the API integration real life example? If you are able to understand, just like I have given you, just like we can using Facebook, we can use Gmail to directly integrate. open our account, Facebook to what else can be? Yusuf, can you just recall? We have many more APIs integration in our life.
Like suppose in policy bazaar, we look for
Yeah.
policy for suppose that we want to do bike insurance. So we look in policy bazaar to
Yeah.
it show list of all the available like
Correct.
ICICI, SDFC.
Correct.
And
Policy Bazaar, if you use Policy Bazaar, okay, so Policy Bazaar is like a web service because you need a internet. Okay, anything which particularly require a internet, anyhow, it become a web service. It is a small thing, but in API, it might be you will be needing an internet or you don't be needing internet. It's totally upon the script how it is written, whether it will require internet or it will not. So once you click on the Policy Bazaar, you search for a bike policy, you search for a home policy, you search for any policy, it will give a list of number of policies, what are the things available like Axis Bank, HDFC, lots of things, bankers, correct, lots of things. So they have connected with each other API integration, correct. And one more common example we have mostly done, one more real life example. Sakil, can you just give one more real life example?
I think book my show.
Like
Book My Show, correct. They have integrated with Inox, PVR, Mirage Cinema, lots of they have connected and integrated with them, and that's the reason we are able to see all the like list of halls we have near to us.
One more thing,
Yes.
if you can take our budget, example from 10 lakh to 50
Cardeco.com.
lakhs, all car will come on different brands car will be showcasing there.
Okay, now one more thing. So we there are lots of things you just need to remember. So API is nothing. API is doing what? API is making a communication between the applications, correct? Because see, we have understand that API is making the communication between application. How? Because Instagram is also an application and Gmail is also an application. But how Gmail and Instagram connected? Through APIs, correct? We have used the API connection. We have integrated the API of Gmail there and we are able to use it properly. Now, one more real life example I am giving you, that is WhatsApp. In WhatsApp, we have share location option, correct? We have
Yes.
share location, correct? In WhatsApp.
yes, sir.
Okay, so this share location option, how it's work? Do a do WhatsApp has its own location server? What have you heard about like WhatsApp has its own location server?
No.
No,
No.
WhatsApp does
It
not
does.
has its own location server.
It has
It
integrated
uses,
API with Google Maps, I think.
correct. It is integrated with the Google Maps. In lots of in if someone like it become very easy, but it's make our life very easy when we integrate because lots of things are available in the market. Just we integrate in our website. Now suppose Adil is creating a website. Okay, he is creating a website of his own company. He has built a company and he is integrating his own company. Okay, so what he is doing? But he want to give the address, a location of his company. So what he can do? He can use a normal location or he can update with the Google Map. He can use the Google Map integration at his website. Uber is what doing. Uber is what is doing. They have the application. We know that Ola is an application, and how it is used, what it is doing, he is like Uber and Ola is what it is integrated with the Google Map, and that's the reason we are able to see like the cars are moving, where the location is, where we are standing, where our cab is. It is just because we have integrated that Google Map. In the same way, in the website also, there are lots of websites which use PayPal integration for the payment purpose, UPI integration for payment purpose, Paytm integration for payment purpose. There are lots of things we integrate, and just we don't need to write the code for that because it is already available. It is a business module. we use, okay, I want use the PayPal for the payment. So we connect to the PayPal and they give the APIs, okay, take it, we need to buy and it's work. Okay, so in this way there are lots of APIs available, we can use it. We have tutor APIs as well. Okay, lots of API available, we can use that. And there are lots of APIs which are offline also. Suppose Adil has built the website, okay, and he has written such a code that when he open the website, you can use the calculator there. You can use the calculator there. So for using the calculator, you don't require any internet. Okay,
Yes.
but to use Adil website, you need internet connection. So that particular Adil website need an internet connection. So it means that will work as a web server. But when you move inside the Adil website and you see an option name as calculator, you click there. Okay, because Adil has integrated a calculator from his local system or from anywhere, which does so means you have integrated the calculator anyhow, a calculator API which is working without internet, but it is a API only, correct? And you can use that calculator easily, and it does not require internet. So some APIs require internet, some APIs does not require internet. But at the end is that all web services are APIs. Okay, because web services anyhow need internet, but API may need internet or may not need. But we cannot say that all APIs are web services. Correct? Now it's clear? Everyone, it's clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now you need to make this thing very clear that when it will be a API, when it will be a web server. Okay. Okay. Oh, can you just tell me what are the different HTTP methods we have? Sabaz?
Right.
Get.
What are the different HTTP methods we have?
There are,
Can I
I
say?
think, type of methods: get, put, post, patching, and delete.
Okay. Akil, can you just tell me what is the use of get? What is the use of get method? Sabah? Sabah, can you try? What is the use of get?
Retrieve
Yes,
information.
It is used to receive information about API resources.
Yeah, it is used to receive the information or to fetch the information from the server.
API
Okay.
resources.
Okay, correct. So in this way we have put when we want to update a record. Okay, we have post when we want to post or when we want to add the record to the server, or we have delete when we want to delete the particular data from the server. Okay, so we have these four, and we have one more, that is patch. So patch is a partial update when we want to update a particular or a two or three details. Okay, through then what we do, we just pass that particular field only. We will just see all these things in details in the upcoming classes in the practical way. Okay, and when we move next, we have HTTP and HTTP we have gone through. It is HTTPS is secure because in this what will happen, the data will pass in encrypted form, whereas in HTTP it will pass without encrypted form. So HTTP is not safe and HTTPS is very safe because it is in the integrated form. We will not be able to see the your data or information in the URL. Now we are moving to the new thing, that is what is endpoint. Okay, what is endpoint? API endpoint. So API endpoint is nothing. Okay, API endpoint is provided by the development team. Okay, or it will be provided by, it will be just provided, you see this is the endpoint you need to use while testing. Okay, so endpoint is nothing, endpoint is just a location, or we can say it's a locator. Have you heard about the term locator? If you all gone through that automation Selenium?
Yes.
Locator. So locator is what? Locator is just a location. Locator is nothing, just a location. So if you want to get something, okay, if you want to get something, what we do? We just go to that particular location, correct? If you want to buy an iPhone, what we do? We just open the, if you want to buy an iPhone from the Flipkart, you just need to open the Flipkart, then you just need to move to that electronic device, then from electronic device you move to mobile section, then from mobile section you move to that iPhone section, then from iPhone section that particular iPhone you want, that this series I want, then this whole are what? This whole is a locator or the path, correct? Flipkart, then electronics, then this. So see, endpoint look like in this way. See, APIs under forward slash, then we have products, correct? In this way we move to the list. So when we move to API forward slash product, what it means? It means that API product, it will give all the list of that product if you use get method. So it's just a locator by which we can access the resource, okay, to perform the action. API endpoint is nothing, it's just a locator. Okay. Anyone has any doubt regarding API endpoint?
No.
Shayad
Everyone clear? Yeah.
basically it means that it is a URL, right? Where
Uh,
we want to go.
we can say it like it is a URL, but in URL it contains HTTP, then that domain name, because see, Flipkart is a domain, we all know flipkart.com is a domain, correct? That is the host name, we can say host name. Okay, and HTTP is a protocol. So this is the, when you will receive, when you will start working on industry with API testing, they will mostly provide you in a separate way. So they will mostly, in most of the we will see that you will get the API endpoint only. So API endpoint will not contain the HTTP. Okay, HTTP, it will not contain the host name, because what happened, you know very well, just like I am working for first view, okay, and my website is firstview.com, so it is the host name, okay, and HTTP is the protocol, we all know very well. So they will not give you the when you separate this protocol and the host name, and after that what it is, the whole thing means you remove HTTP and you remove flipkart.com, and after that what it is, so on, that is the device, then electronic device, then you move to the iPhone section, then iPhone section you move to a particular iPhone section, this is the locator, means this is the endpoint. Now you can see here, see, API forward slash product, API forward slash product ID, means you are moving to that particular ID, means I want this one only. So this is the location. And now suppose we all are from Kolkata. Now I'm just giving an example, we all are from Kolkata, okay, so we neglect Kolkata and we try to move, okay, Sahid is from Rishtra, Faizan is from Salt Lake, then Iram is from some Hooghly district, in this way, then we move from that. So Kolkata is the common part, when we remove that host name, and apart from that what is the location, because we know we all are from Kolkata, we are working for Kolkata, we are working for particular website, we all know that, and apart from that what we need to do, that is the endpoint, API endpoint. Got my
Okay.
point?
Okay, Shahid, just one thing, if you can just open your browser. Can you just open
Yeah,
your
sure.
browser just to
Yeah,
make things clear for everyone?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can you just browse to any particular website? Yeah.
Okay,
Just go to like facebook.com.
okay.
Okay. And after this, generally we have like slash, and then if you can just click on create new account. If you can just click on create new account.
It's better to open. This will not work here because we need to enter the credential. Then we need to. It's better to open Flipkart.
Okay, please open that. Just to make things clear for everyone here, we'll do
sure.
that. Flipkart.
So,
You just open
so now
Flipkart.
see, we know this one. See, HTTPS. Okay, when we open this one, Flipkart, this is the common part. Suppose we all are working. Suppose right now we all are working for Flipkart. Okay, we all are working for Flipkart. So we know very well, or when we will get the document, we know very that HTTPS and Flipkart is the host name we are working for. This particular website we are working for. Correct? Now from this, now we move to mobile section. Correct? Now suppose I want to get we are making a request to see iPhone 14. So what I will do? I will move to mobile. See, mobile phone store. These are the new things, and it is all in the encrypted form. Why? Because it is HTTPS. Okay. Now what we have done? Now we will move to which section? There is no iPhone.
Move to any section, no problem.
Okay. Now we move to Realme. These are the things you will be able to see are changing at the end. Okay. These are the things are changing at the URL. The things are changing. So these all from mobile. After this Flipkart.com from mobile, all these are the what? All these are the endpoints. We will directly get the endpoint from the developer team that this is the endpoint. Use this endpoint and get. You will be able to see the iPhone. Use this endpoint, and using this endpoint, you will be able to update a record in the server. Use this endpoint. You will be able to delete that record from the server. So you will be getting the endpoint, and all these things will get clear when we start working on Postman. Okay, so no need of worrying about this one. Okay, when you click on this one, again the URL will change. Now see, now what? Flipkart Realme 9. Correct? Now we have got the new that API endpoint. So using this endpoint, we can directly come here. So if I copy this one, see, Control A, Control C, and we open. Now we have that endpoint, and if we directly come here and paste this one, we will move to this page rather than moving one by one. So using endpoint, we can what we can do, we can directly perform that particular action. Understand, Faizan?
Yes, I understood.
Anyone has any doubt? What is an endpoint, API endpoint? Akmal, Sariq, anyone has any doubt?
No.
Okay, so it is nothing. It's just a locator, okay, by which we can move to the server to that particular resource for that particular
Shahid,
route.
I've just sent you one URL. Can you just check it?
Yeah.
Just copy this and open in your this one here. So here, as per my understanding, that question mark page ID equal to 1075, that is the endpoint, right?
Correct. This is the endpoint. We will directly, because once you open rigrotechindia.com, it will open that page, India Rigrotech. But from Rigrotech, what you want? Rigrotech is whole, correct? Rigrotech is whole home page. It contains a home, all courses, about, offered, contact, everything. It contains lot of things. But from this, what you want to perform action? So I want to perform courses. I want to see courses. So I think page number ID 1075, it belongs to courses. So once you make this call, it will comes to this one. You are able to see the courses. Okay, so this is the endpoint they provide by the development team, because they know.
So can you go to home, Shahid? Okay.
Home does all courses, all are built on same. See, now about us 1077. Okay.
So this is a different endpoint, right?
Endpoint. For
Okay.
about us page, we have different offered by. Okay, now see, offered by, we have different endpoint, because for every action we should have a locator, because every element, you also know that element have different locator. Okay, so in this way also, if you move to contact us, it's see 1081. So it is directly, you can put that endpoint and search for that particular page. Okay, I want to see that contact us page is visible. So we will do what? We know agrotech is common, that host name is common. Then what is the endpoint I want? Okay, page ID equals to 1081. Okay, when we click, I should get contact us. If I don't get contact us, it means it is a test case. Test case is failed. I want that case that it should get contact us page for this particular endpoint, but I got about us. Then what it will happen? It's a bug. Correct?
Yes.
Everyone?
So that means, Shahid, that different web page will have different endpoint, correct?
Yeah, for they will provide, because you will work for a particular application. You will not work for all the application at once go. If you're working for like your company, you are working for a name as cardekho.com. So cardekho.com is a host name, but apart from that, you want to see a Hyundai car of red color, so you will get a endpoint for that Hyundai car of red color only you will get. So these are the endpoint. You can see this API product with ID. So with ID, what you will get? You will view a product. API products, create a new product. So they will provide you the API. With that endpoint API, you need to perform, and they will let you know what will that particular API endpoint is going to do. Okay, and all these things we will be seeing in the while doing the practical only. You will be able to understand, but you just need to understand this term, because endpoint is the common term. You will be, every time you will be listening that, do you know the endpoint, you just try to work at that endpoint, so you don't feel like what is endpoint. We have heard about APIs. No, endpoint is just a locator, means it will give you the location where you need to find that resource. Okay, got it? Everyone?
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes.
And you have seen the example of Regrotech, how it was, the endpoint was changing. If you're moving to contact us, we are moving to contact us offered by. Every time the endpoint is changing, but regrotech.com remains the same, because we know very well we are working at Regrotech. And apart from that, if you want to check for other sub modules in the Regrotech, we have the locator. Okay. Okay, it will make more clear when we move to next. Okay, now there is one more term we will be using, means throughout the Postman, when we are start working, we will be using this payload. Okay, payload is nothing. Payload is nothing. It's just a body which contains request or response. You just need to understand payload is a body. Okay, because how you will send a request? You will send a request, but suppose your request you want to log in. Suppose there is a request you want to log in. Okay, you want to log in a website. So what will happen? You need user ID and password. Correct? You need a user ID and password to log in. So anyhow, when you send a request, you will be sending your user ID and password. Then only you will be able to log into a particular application. Correct? Yes or no? So where you will write the user ID and password? So it is in the payload. These are the terms. Okay, these are only the terms I am telling you. You just need to remember what is payload, what is endpoint, okay, what is HTTP. These are the terms you need to understand, because these are the terms every time you are going to listen while working in the Postman. Okay, so payload, you Payload is nothing, a body. It is a body where you send the request or you get the response as a message. Okay, so it can be in the any form. It can be in the normal text form, it can be in the XML form, it can be in the JSON form, any form it can be. Okay, so suppose like you got a response that user is created successful. Where you will get the response in the payload only. So we will see all these things, and payload, it's like JSON format. If you are able to see this example, this is also a, you are, suppose you are registering something. If you want to register something, so you give the name, type, runtime, status, everything. You just give all these things in the payload. Means it is a body where you send the request, or whatever the response we see from the message, we see in the payload only. Okay. Okay, everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I have skipped one slide. This one. Okay. Now moving forward, first we need to understand what is URI, URL, and URN. Okay. Now I will make this thing very easy. What is URI? So the full form of URI is Uniform Resource Identifier. Okay. So Uniform Resource Identifier is nothing. You got the full form that it is Uniform Resource Identifier, and it is just a combination of URL and URN. It is a combination of URL and URN. Okay. So what is the basic difference between URI and URL? Can anyone tell what is the basic difference between URI and URL? Anyone can try?
URI is basically the complete path including the HTTPS, and
Correct.
URL is basically up till like whatever information we are passing before that, whatever we have, that part is the URL.
Correct. Now I am giving you a real life example of URI. So URI is what? Suppose Saf want to meet me. Okay, suppose Saf want to meet me. Okay, so he will come to Kolkata first. Then from Kolkata, I'm just giving you how it is different. Okay, just try to correlate it. So suppose Saf want to meet me. Okay, so what he will do? First, he will come to Kolkata, or he will come to, if he is from different state, he will come to West Bengal. Then from West Bengal, he will come to the Kolkata. From Kolkata, he will come to my district, that is Hooghly. Then Hooghly, he will come to Risra. Then once he reach Risra, okay, then he will come to my proper address, that is 28 by 1. Okay, to my house. Till house he will come. Till house he has come, but in my house there are lots of member available. Correct? My father is there, my mother is there, my wife is there, my brother is there, but he want to meet whom? Shahid. Okay, that particular guy, because my address will give a, I can see my particular locator will give the whole thing, my whole house. Correct? My house, this is my house. It contains 4 room, 5 rooms, 2 bathrooms, kitchen, everything it will contain. The locator will contain everything. But inside that locator, I want to meet a particular guy, that is Sahid. Okay, because in my home there are 5 or 6 members, but you want to meet that particular guy. So till that location, till that location of my house, it is a locator, that is URL. But when you add that particular, I want to meet that particular guy on that particular locator, then it becomes URN, that is uniform resource name. Okay, so uniform resource name means I want resource is that particular thing, means you are making sense that I want to meet this particular guy. So as I have told you, URI is the combination of URL and URN. Okay, so it is also a URL. You can say it is a URL, but it will give you the exact thing. Exact. I want this resource from the server. Exactly this resource. Okay. But when you move to URL, URL will move to this place, my house. Then you will get what? You will get Shahid Aftab there. You will get Rashid Aftab there. You will get my wife. You will get my father also. You will get my mother also. Correct? In the location you will find 5%, but out of 5%, if you want to find particular one person, then you add URN there. Okay, so by this, if you are able to see this thing image, you will be able to understand that URL is the whole thing. Okay, and it is a
Or can you
combination of
enlarge that side?
uh
Can you move to the slideshow option
slideshow option. Okay,
for the current slide? The second option in there. Go to slideshow.
yeah,
Yeah, the second option from the left. Second, yeah.
this one. Okay, sorry. Okay, so URL, you can see I have told you that if you want to see that URI is the combination of URL and URN. Okay, but when we are using URL, it is the locator. Okay, till locator. So where, see, it is giving where question mark. Are you able to see this? URL is where, means for example is street address, because you know that my address is 21. I have given you to SAP. I have given you. You come to Kolkata 28/1 Ristra. So he will come to 28/1 Ristra, but at 21 there are lots of person living. My father is there, my mother is there, my wife is there, my brother is there. Now it is the locator. I have given you the location, but when you will add, I have come to 28/1, but I want to meet a person named as Sahid. I want to meet that person. I don't want to meet other person. I want to meet that person whose name is Sahid. Then it is URN, uniform resource name. Then what? When you come to that street, then what? Then you give the person name. Okay, and once you mention a person name, it is uniform resource name. Okay, so if you want to see the, if you are able to see the this one, this side, URL is what? Sorry, URL is what? URI is whole. See, if you want to see this line, the end line in the black, URI is whole. Okay, and if you want to see the URL, the green line, are you able to see the green line? HTTPA way to learnx.com authors, this one, till this one you are going. Okay, so this is the location you are going, but till location what you want to see? The post. Okay, so post is what? Post is the resource.
URN.
Okay, URN. So URN will never contain HTTP. Okay, URN will only contain the this one from the host name till the last name, but it will anyhow contain the filter that I want to meet this one, I want to see this one, I want to see that one. That is URN. Okay, when you specify something, it will be that URN. Now anyone has any doubt what is URI, URL and URN? Anyone?
Yes, bhai. Can you please tell me once? I
Yeah.
can't able to get it.
Okay. I'm just making a quick revision on URI and URL and URN. Okay. So URI is nothing. URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. It means the combination of URL plus URN. Okay. It is a combination of both. Means when we send the URL, for a particular resource, that is the whole location, means the whole location with a particular filter, then it is a URI. So it is a combination of both URL and URN. But URL is what? It is stand for Uniform Resource Locator. So if I say, Amir, give your address. Amir, give your address. Okay, so I'm giving a real life example. You book a you do a booking. Okay, you book a mobile phone. You give each and everything, your address, your address, your like near location. Okay, and you add your name as well, because if you give your location, at that location your father is there, your mother is there, it might be you are living in a flat, it might be you are living in a flat, then in the flat your room number is 104. Okay, till that it is a locator, you have given the location. But in room number 4, 104, it's suppose a PG, then in PG there are lots of people live together, correct? It might be your friend, it might be your juniors, it might be your senior, you all are living together, and you have given your address till that you come to Noida, this sector, this place, apartment name is Lakshmi, and come to room number 104. So you have given the locator brings the location of your, correct, of yours. But once the courier boy will come, how he will understand to whom to give that parcel? Correct, you have come to this place, okay, now you are here, but how that courier boy will understand to whom to this parcel to give? There are lots of people, like around 8 or 10 people are living that particular room number 104. Then once you mention that particular, that use Amir, okay, from there search Amir, then Amir is become what? Uniform resource name, that is URN, correct? Any doubt till now?
No, no.
Okay, so be careful.
Shahid just sent you a link. Can you just open that?
Yes, sure. Yeah, see, here also the whole thing, if you see the whole thing, if I make it, see the whole thing from
Shahid,
here.
can I actually just pitch in here just to get a clear idea on this one?
Yeah.
So here, if you see this HTTPS up till Virat Kohli, the last statement that you've highlighted, this is the complete URI, right?
Correct.
Okay. So here this Virat Kohli, the accept identifier that I am looking for, that is the URN.
Correct.
Right.
So if I remove Virat Kohli from here, so Wikipedia will contain anything, because Wikipedia has all the details, correct?
Correct.
Now it's moved to main page. So Wikipedia has all the details, all the famous things which are available, all the Wikipedia has. But in Wikipedia, what you want to search? You have moved to a locator, yes, Wikipedia. But whom you want to search? You want to search Virat Kohli, you want to search Sachin Tendulkar, you want to search Saurav Ganguly, you want to search Salman Khan, Shahrukh Khan, whom you want to search. Then once you make that particular, I want to search Virat Kohli, then that Virat Kohli is a resource, correct? Then that Virat Kohli is a resource, Sachin Tendulkar is a resource, Salman Khan is a resource. That become URN. So that is a uniform resource name only. Okay.
Correct. Correct. Can you just click on the back button then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to recapitulate everything. So can you just click on the URL part? Just click on that. Yeah. So this HTTPS to Virat Kohli is the URI. Virat, that is after HTTPS, whatever we have till Virat Kohli, that is the URN. And
Correct.
up till wiki, that is HTTPS to wiki, that is URL, right? The locator. And Virat Kohli is the identifier part of it, right?
Correct.
Okay. I
Pradhan,
hope everybody has got the same understanding now.
Pradhan bhai,
Yeah.
repeat this example one more time.
I am saying the complete thing that you see on Shahid's URL, right? HTTPS till Virat Kohli, the last
This
I.
is the whole thing.
This is your URI, Uniform Resource Identifier. Okay. and
which is a
whatever you
combination of
see.
both.
Correct. Now it has two parts in it. Actually, it is divided into two parts. One is till uh, wiki and hyphen, that is without Virat Kohli, that will be considered as URL. Yeah, up till here is URL. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if we add Virat Kohli, that is we are adding an identifier to it. That is the name of the person. So this becomes URN. Okay. So this Virat Kohli, when we add it, so this is the person that we are looking for. Understood now?
This is the URN without HTTPS.
That means from
Correct.
URI. That means from URI, if we remove URN, so that will be a URL, na?
No, no, no. If you remove HTTPS from URI, it becomes URN. See, like
Okay.
Shahid has removed HTTPS now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so this is a URN. Without HTTPS is a URN. With HTTPS, complete thing is a URI. And without Virat Kohli, it will be a locator after which we are searching for Virat Kohli. Understood?
Okay. Okay.
So that will be
I want
URL.
to,
Yeah.
I want to give an example, a real world example. Can I pitch in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
go ahead.
Suppose like here in the real world, we are having a bank. We have different branches. So suppose my branch is a, Sakshi branch. So here HTTP I am considering as my branch. So the if suppose there is an ATM to be given to my home address. So the process is from my branch it will come to my home, and in my home get delivered to me. So the whole process from my branch to my home to me is a URI, and in the process where from my branch when the post is get dispatched and it reached my home, till my home is the URI, it's the URL where, and from the process where the post will be delivered to specifically to me, so it is like URN.
Yeah, almost near to that, Amir. Okay. So the
Yeah.
only exception over here is the difference between URN and URI is one is with HTTPS, that is URI, and URN is without HTTPS. Here, if you see the red line here, if you see after HTTPS, that is after double slash way to learn X, the part that Shahid can highlight. This move is yeah, the red part of it without HTTPS is a URN, the complete thing. Okay.
Till
And
end.
yeah, and with HTTPS it is URI. And if you just remove that last hash post, that is the name of the person, so if you remove that, that will be the URL part of it.
Means it become a locator, because at
Yeah.
particular location there can be several things. Correct? Because at my home, suppose you want to take my location, I will share my location. That is the locator. But when you reach here, there might be n number of peoples. When you have n number of peoples, how you will identify to whom you want to meet? So for that particular meet of that particular person, you need to add a resource that I want to meet Sahid. When you add that resource, it's become a URN without HTTP, and till without means the location, till the location it is a URL. Okay, and once you add both URL and URN, it become URI. Okay, you need to understand, and it's not a big deal. It will just a basic thing, that is how URI, URL and URN is different from each other. Okay, any doubt till now? You can just take the example of this home one. It's very simple, because if I will you will give me the location, Amir will give me the location, I can just reach to that particular flat or particular home. Once I reach there, I need to add, hello, Amir is there, hello, Sabaz is there, hello, Faizan is there. Once you add that particular resource name, then it makes sense. Okay, I want to meet that particular, or I am searching for that particular person only. Till locator I can reach anywhere, but how I once you reach there, there can be an n number of person, there can be n number of items available. Okay, once you move to big bazaar, okay, once you move to big bazaar contain n number of items, but you selected, okay, I want to buy rice. Okay, you move to rice section also, Correct? It is also a locator. Till rice section, it also a locator. But which company rice? I want India Gate. Once you mention India Gate, then India Gate is a resource. Okay, I want to move to Big Bazaar. From Big Bazaar, I want to buy rice. Fine. But when you reach to the rice section, there are n number of rice with n number of quality, n number of brands. But which brand you want? Then you mention I want India Gate or Dawat or whatever we have. Once you mention that particular resource name, I want the rice of Dawat only, then it become URN. Understand? Now it makes sense.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we have done with endpoint, payload. Now we are moving to JSON. Okay, now we are almost there. We will start our practical. So before starting a practical, we should know JSON, because JSON is the data format we will be using throughout the testing or throughout the Postman. So what is JSON? So JSON is nothing. If we say it has some, it is a, we can say it is a file format or it is a data format. Okay, JSON is just a data format. Okay, so JSON stands for JavaScript Object Annotation. Okay, JavaScript Object Annotation. So it is what? It is a data format. Okay, and it is very lightweight file. JSON is what? It is very lightweight file. And why we are using JSON mostly? Because the reason is that it is lightweighted, and once the things is lightweighted, it can be transferred, it can be load easily, it can be transferred very fast to any server, or we can get the response back very fast. Okay, so this is the reason we use JSON. Okay, because the file is very light in this way. And what is that? JSON is what? JSON is just a data format. How the data format is written here? In the key and value. You need to understand this only, that JSON is written in key and value. We have a key and that key contains a value. You are able to see this one, this line? In the curly braces, we have key and we have value, and the curly braces is end. Okay, so this is a JSON format. In this way the JSON is written. Correct? Anyone has any doubt now what is JSON? Sabas, can you tell what is JSON? Akmal, what is JSON?
It is a light format which contains key values within it.
Okay, so first you should understand that JSON full form is JavaScript Object Annotation, and it is a data format. It is a way of writing the element or data. Okay, and it is very lightweight file. So if it is a lightweight files, so what make it easy? That we can transfer the data or we can fetch the data from the client server very fast and very easily. So this is the reason we use JSON. And how we write? How we write JSON format? It is in the key and value. We start with the curly braces, end with the curly braces, and in between we give key and values. Fine?
Yes, yes.
Anyone has any doubt regarding JSON? Because now we will move to this. Yeah.
So it is a kind of hash map key and value you are telling.
Yeah, we can say it's a kind of. Because
Okay.
in the hash map also we use key and value. Okay. But here what we do, this is the format. In the curly braces, we need to add key and values, and curly braces close. Now we have different JSON data format. Okay. We have string, we have number, we have object, array, boolean, and null. Now let me open a notepad so that I can show you like how we will add this one.
Said bhai, And there is term called variable. In this, we also store the key values pair. Then what is the use of JSON file?
Which one?
The variable where we used to store key value pairs.
In where? In variable.
Yes. We can
Where
store
you have
different values in API also. That is Postman.
in Postman we have variables.
Yes.
So variable is something where you can store value and change the variable. But here what is the thing is that we are using a JSON format because we need to send something. When we now want to send something, we have different format. We have XML format, we have text format, we have JSON format. Lots of things are there, but mostly we use JSON format just because I have given you the reason that it is lightweighted file. Okay,
But we can also change the values in JSON folder or JSON file also, no?
I didn't get you, like where you want to add this one, like
Okay.
means variable where you want to add on.
Actually, in JSON files, we can storing that you said that the key values pair we are storing.
Yeah.
In variable, there is a common term also, that is we can store also key values pair.
Okay.
Then what is the use of variable? You have said that we are using JSON.
Yeah.
Then why we are using variables? Because we can in the body parts we can also change the key values where whatever we are inserting in JSON file also.
But variable till now we have not used anywhere.
No, I'm telling that you have told that in the API we are using JSON.
Correct.
But in API we are a term called variable, which is also used for the same thing, that is key value pair.
Yeah, correct. That will come variable. It will come in upcoming class. Variable of Postman. In Postman we have variable. So in the variable, what we have to do? I'm just giving a quick of that concept. That variable means what we have to set the variable. Okay, variable is just a thing that can be changed. Okay, correct. Variable is something which can store a value and that can be changed. Okay, then when value can be changed, it might be you want to use a variable at local level in the same way we used to do in Java. Okay, if you want to use that variable in global, we want to make the variable as local, we want to make the variable at collection level, request level. There are lots of things we are going to see in upcoming classes with the Postman variable. It is a totally a different topic. Okay, so no worries. Right now what we are doing, we are preparing to start our practical work, how we will perform the things on Postman. For that we need to understand this terminology, what we have gone through, each and everything, URI, HTTP, endpoint, payload. Now this is JSON. Why I am telling you JSON? Because we will be using the JSON format. Okay, mostly we can use other format as well, but JSON format, 99% of the company will use JSON format, and this is the reason, because of lightweight file, and which make that very fast to exchange data between client and server. Okay, so in this I have given you the format, like how we write key and value. Now we have JSON data type. So JSON data type can be of string, number, object, array, boolean, and null. Okay, now one by one I will just let me open
Okay, Shahid, by the time you are just opening your notepad, I'll just give a brief on Sharik's answer. Okay. So yeah, Sharik, like you will be using variable while you are making a request, right?
Yes.
Correct. But whatever response you receive back from the server, that actually happens in the JSON format. So that is one of the reason that we are actually teaching JSON here. And also like variables will be using a little less, as Shahid mentioned, like 99% of the companies are using JSON. So that is one thing. But variable is also a way of sending our data, but that is actually more related to the UI part of it. Okay. So just to have a much better understanding like how things happen in the industry, we are actually going to use JSON on that. Okay. Like for request sending data, that is for making a request, you definitely can do it. But whatever response we receive back, you will see every time it will be in the JSON format. Most of the time, if you are requesting back in the JSON format, we'll be getting it in the JSON format only. Okay. And not in the variables.
Okay.
Hope that answers the question. Yeah. Yes, Shahid, go ahead, please. Thank you.
Yeah, and you will see JSON means variable is a totally a different topic. Okay, you are going to learn. It is now we will just cover all these things so that we can start our practical. So now I am just giving you the way how to write the JSON. Okay, the first thing was string. Okay, string. In a string, how we write JSON? Okay. Okay, suppose this is the you are using string value. So in this way you will be writing. Okay, and this is the way of writing JSON in string. Okay, so this is the way of writing, sorry, this is the way of writing JSON in a string format. Okay, now what we have next? We have numbers. Okay, number how we write? Again curly braces start, curly braces gone. So in this way want to enter a number. Okay, suppose your age. Okay, in this way you can enter here with the number, as it is an integer, it will not require double inverted comma. Okay, now next we have objects. Okay, how we write objects? With object means what? It will, object means collection of same number of same type of record. Object is what? It's a collection of similar type of record. So suppose we have a object of how, like we are all our employees here, so it's better to take employees. Yeah? Employees. So employees, and I have told you that it will be every time it will be in the key and value. An employee can have what? Employee can have what? EMP ID. Okay.
So Shahid, here like we have two different employees, right? Like one
Yeah.
is having EMP S101 and the other one is S102, right?
Yeah.
And each object will have multiple set of data, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
So object means what? I have told you. Object is a collection of similar type of data. Now you are taking employees, but employee of Recruitech is not one only. Can have like Shahid, can have Iram, can have Sabaz, can have Sariq, can have anyone. So all the student, if you take the student of Regrotech, then we all are the student of Regrotech. Then we will have student as a key, but inside that we need to give all the others a student record. So S01, S02 with all the details. So in this way it will work. Okay. Objects. Object, how we write? In this way we write the number, in this way we write the string. Okay. Now what next? We have arrays. Array, how we will write? Again same way. Now if you want to give only the name of that, so we can use this one. Array, how we define? We define array in this way only, correct? Are you able to see? Any doubt till now? Guys, any doubt till now how we define JSON? Because I am writing
No.
because I am writing all this thing in front of you, because you will be have to writing the some of the JSON way during means during the operation of any HTTP method. If it is required to pass data in JSON format, you have to write. It may be that array type, it may be the object type, it may be the only string type. So you should know how to write all these things. The basic understanding you should know how to write, how to find the JSON finder also we will be using after that. So these are the way we need to write. If it is a JSON array, then you need to enter in this way. Okay, if you want to make this one as array also, what we will do? We will add this one, and once we add this one, it become array of objects. Okay, array of objects. And if you remove this one, it will normal be a objects. Okay, so and array is like this. We give this symbol and we are sending n number of student name. And next what we have? We have boolean. Boolean, how we can write in JSON? Every time we need to give and close the curly braces, and inside that we have to write. So suppose boolean, we can give, suppose status. What we can give status in boolean, whether it's a true or false. Suppose I have giving false. So because you know very well boolean contains data type true or false, so I have given false. Okay, in this way you have to write, and don't give true or false with the inverted comma. Next we have null. Can anyone in between tell me what is null? Anyone can try what is null?
Everything which has the key but does not have a value.
Okay. Anyone else?
An empty set.
An empty set. Okay.
A field with no value.
Field with no value, correct. So these are called as null. Null does not means it is zero. Don't means mix these things. Null is never a zero and null is never a
invalid.
blank. Okay, null is just a empty value. Okay, never tell that null is zero. Never tell that null is a space, because space is also a character. Zero is also a character or a integer. Null means there is nothing. Okay, there is nothing. Not zero, not blank space, there is nothing. It's just a missing value. The best thing you can say, null is a missing value. Okay, I am not giving any value right now, it's just missing value. Okay, so in this way, just see all this thing in this way, you will be writing the JSON. Like if you want to pass middle name as null, because many of them don't have middle name, so we can give null. If you don't want to pass it, you don't pass. But if it is in the requirement that you have to pass null, then you will be passing null as this one. If you want to give status like boolean, where you have to give the boolean value true or false in this way. If you want to use JSON array, then this way, object in this way. Okay, but if every time you can see that it is using key and value, starting with curly braces, ending with curly braces, and in between we are using key and value. See, key and value, key and value. This is the key, employee is the key, and these are the value of first employee, then second employee. Okay, again the student is the key, and these are the array values. Okay, again in the boolean also we have key and value, null also key and values. So in this way we are going to write JSON. Okay, anyone has any doubt? Anyone has any doubt regarding JSON? What is JSON and how we are going to write JSON? Anyone? Adil, Arsad, Saif, Sabah, Akib, Yusuf.
No.
JSON is clear?
No.
Yes, sir. It's
Yes.
clear.
Okay. There is one more
Shahid,
important. Yeah.
Shahid, in this in JSON file we are using key and value. Is it related to map something, map
Yeah,
interface?
I have. Yeah, we have discussed it earlier as well. It is related to hash map, but hash map is another thing. Okay, JSON is the data format. I am telling you, it's a JSON. It's a data format, and here it is using the concept of hash map, that is key and value. Okay, fine. Okay, now we are moving towards our end. Now you can see this is a JSON format, correct? If you all can see, this is a JSON format, correct? Sabas, can you tell me what kind of JSON format is this one? What kind of JSON format is this one?
Array.
Object.
Array of objects.
Array of objects. Okay, because I have given this array symbol here. Okay, as I have added the symbol here, it's become array of objects. Okay, now what we are going to do, most interesting thing right now. Okay, now we have 3 employees with us. Okay, okay, now we have 3 employees with us. Now tell me one thing. It is a data format, it's fine, but if I want to find the JSON path, suppose I want to check that this employee, means in the object array of employee there is employee ID S103 is available or not. So how I will find the locator of this JSON format? How I will find the path, JSON path of this object? We will first move to this. Okay, then we will just okay, see, JSON path is what? Like, it's JSON path is also a type of locator, because every time we need to move to a particular person, like I have told you, you will move to a particular location, then you will move to a particular resource. In JSON also, if you want to move to a particular, because you can see employee, there are n number of employees, but which employee you want to search for, then you need to make a path, that is the locator. We are using locator everywhere. In the automation also we have used locator. When we are making URL, so there is also a locator, and when we are using the JSON format, there is also a locator. So how we are going to use that one? How we are going to find the JSON path for a particular field, for a particular object, for a particular array of that one? How we are going to do? So see, there are tools available. There are tools available which is open and free, that is JSONPathfinder.com and JSONPath.com. You can just use this two, okay, and you can search any path. Okay, you can find any path of JSON, but in the real time or in the interview, they will not allow you to use JSON Pathfinder or this one website to find the path. Okay, so you have to find with your own. So at least you should have a basic knowledge how to find. They will not give you a long JSON path. They will give a basic. Mostly they will provide you the related to object only. Okay, and apart from that, they will provide, it's very easy, but at least you should have an idea. Okay, now see, this is the JSON format right now we have of employee, correct? If I want, like I want that, I want to find the path of employee ID, or I want to find the value of employee ID of S02. What is the value of that particular, of this one only, the second employee? How I will move to this one? How I will move to this one? How I will move? So what is my starting thing? What is the starting thing we have? Anyone can try this one. What is the starting thing we have? We have the keys. So what is the key here? Employee. I will write employee. Done. Employee is done. But this employee is what? What this employee is what? Of what kind?
Object name. Object type array.
Array of object. Why you are forgetting that it is the array of object? Don't forget it is the array of object. This is an array of object. So in array, how we write? Can you just correlate? We write 2. Array start with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Array start with the position 0. This is the 0 position. This is the first position. This is the second position. Anyone is here who don't know the concept of array? Because without array concept, we will not be able to understand.
Shahid, you can just show it on the URL, like the JSON finder URL, because there are few who are not very well versed with arrays here.
Okay,
so
I will.
You can just give tell this
I will
part
just give an
and then show
example.
it on the JSON,
Yeah.
JSON
So
finder as
those,
well. Okay.
yeah, those who know array, we know that array is a collection of similar type of data, and its index starts with 0 position. So first position is this one, means 0. Second is this one, that is first one, 0, first, second. So if I want to search for second one, this one, then what will be the position? What will be the position? 1.
1.
Then we give dot. Dot means moving forward. Dot means moving forward. We have reached from here. We have reached the key. From key, I want this one. Okay, and what value I want? What value I want? I want EMP ID. Okay, so this is the path. So once you search for this path, this will give S102. The output will be 102. Now suppose you want to search for, suppose now Shakil, you will tell, I want to move to this one, the last one, and search job. How I will write? Tell me, what will be the path?
Employee.
Okay, employee.
2 inside bracket.
2.
Dot.
dot
Job
job, and what it will give?
equal to TEZD.
It will give. It will.
TEGD.
Yeah, and it will directly give TZDD. Okay. So this is the JSON path for this particular ID. This is the JSON path. Yeah, just hold on, for this job. Yeah, now tell me.
Sir, S will be capital in first one.
Yeah, S will be capital. It's not a big deal. S will be capital. I'm just telling, like, once you give this path, what it will return. So it will return S01. Once you give this JSON path, it will return related to this value. Okay, in this way you need to find the path. Okay, understood? And if it is not an array, then there is no need of giving this one. If it was an array, you have to give this one. Now, as Faizan told me to just show in this one, we will move to JSON path finder. Okay, so this is the JSON path finder. You just need to copy that. You will be having your own. You just need to copy this one. Okay, sorry. Okay. So you need to copy this one. Suppose your JSON is very complex. Your JSON is very complex and you are not able to find the path, but anyhow you need it. So what you can do? You have given this one. Fine. See, are you able to see employee here? This one. In the right side, are you able to see?
Yeah.
Employee.
Yes.
So we are at employee, correct? But first was what? In the second EMP I want to go. So once you click here, see 0, 1, 2. I want to go where? My first example was for the second one, second employee. So I will click here. And what I wanted to see, the employee ID. So once I click here, see, now you can copy this one. In the top, just remove this X. X is not an use. Okay. From here, if you see, it exactly same what we have used here. Whatever the JSON path we have created is exactly same or not. Employee 1 dot employee ID. Now you can just copy this, remove that X. Okay, no need of using X. You will copy this one and you can use where you want. So it's become very easy using JSON path finder. So when you have a complex JSON, you will be using JSON path finder to find the path. Correct? Now the second one was what? If I refresh, and second one was what? Oh, sorry. Okay. Now second one, that Sakil told I want to find the job. So what I will do? I will just first I am in the employee. Okay. I want for the third one. So it start with 0, 1, 2. So it's n minus 1. So I have reached to 2. Okay. Now I want to find the job. So I will click on job. Now see, Sakil, you told correct. Exactly same thing it is giving the path. See, there is a path. Employee in the bracket 2 and dot job. So you will copy this one and you will place where you want to use it. Okay. Any doubt till now? Guys, any doubt till now?
No.
URL, URN, anything, because it's almost time up and we are done with the things. Now from tomorrow or from the next class, sorry, we will be starting on Postman working. We are done with all the terminology. Okay, now we will start the Postman. So till now, any doubt from the first part of PPT till here? Any doubt? Tell me. Anyone?
Shahid, API payload.
API payload. So API payload is nothing. I have told you that API payload is, we will be able to see payload in the Postman also. Payload is a place where you are going. It's a body. You know, you write a method and you implement that method inside that body. In the curly braces, you write some code, piece of code. That is the payload. Means you need to write some messages, you need to load something. Payload, you need to pass something. Right now also it is a payload. So you can see this one, it is also a payload. It is also a payload. Okay, payload is nothing. Payload is just a message, or it's a body which contain message of response or whatever the request you want to send. It nothing else. It's a body which contains the message. Okay, which you want to send to the server or whatever you receive from the server. Nothing else. Clear?
No, it's fine.
Others, any doubt regarding any topic? Just let me know. Hiten, Amir, Sharik, Sakil, Sabah, anything, any doubt, any topic like URL,
no.
URN, HTTP, web service?
No.
Yeah.
URN, URN.
Saf?
Yes.
Or okay, what is the doubt?
URL, URL and URN.
Okay. Okay. First, you need to understand what is URI. So it stands for Uniform Resource Identifier, and it is a combination of both URL and URN. Okay. Now, Saf, I am just giving you an example. Suppose you want to meet. Okay, you are sending me a courier. Suppose, Saf, you are sending me a courier. So what you do? You mention my address, correct? And you mention to Shahid, correct? You mention to Shahid, then you give the total address, a proper address. Then the whole is what? That the whole is URI, Uniform Resource Identifier, by which you can identify that particular resource. Because as you mentioned that you want to identify Shahid, it means I want to identify Shahid and the location is this. So it is a combination of both. That is URN and URL. Now when you are moving to URL, URL is nothing. URL is just a location. Now suppose you are sending a courier to my address, but you are not mentioned my name. You have written the proper address. Okay, you have written the proper address of mine, but you have not mentioned my name. So what will happen? The courier will come to that particular address. Okay, but at that particular address there is my father, there is my mother, there is my wife, there is my brother, and even me also. Then whom you want to send that courier? That's the question, correct?
Yes.
Once you that till that my locator, till my home, it is a locator, correct? It is a locator. Fine. Now once you mention that, once you reach that locator and you add that courier is for Shahid, that is URN, that is Uniform Resource Name, because you have mentioned that particular, move to that particular locator and you just give the parcel to Shahid. Okay, and what is the basic difference? That in URL it contain HTTP. Okay, it start with HTTP till the locator, till the location. But once you use only what is a URN, then URN does not contain the HTTP. URN is just a normal naming. Okay, I want to reach there. Okay, that particular resource, nothing else. Now it's fine.
Yes, yes.
Anyone else? Any doubt in any topic? JSON format, anything? Get, post, put, anything? Just tell me right now. Because from the next day, we will just start with the Postman and we'll start the practical things. Any doubt till now? Web service, API, SOAP, REST? Just let me know.